presentations are part of, most of the time, those are part of a substantive interview. And usually the locum consultant interview, they don't ask for presentations. However, uh, I have made it as a general, how to make a compelling presentation, not only for the interview, but overall. And you can always, for your usual stuff and routine job, sometimes we have to give a presentation for students, sometimes we have to give presentations for technical staff, sometimes for, colleagues. So how to make a compelling presentation. And I would focus, of course, on for the interview, that short time and how to make it, what are the common topics which they can ask for the NHS substantive consultant interview, because usually the presentations are asked during that. And but overall, again, I really loved yesterday making this, and because I went through different, again, my favorite, Forbes, 15 tips. And so, you learn as you go along. So always create a narrative, have a structure of presentation, and check your timing and practice. So usually when the topic is given, some trusts give a couple of days before, some 1 day before, some on the day of interview, an hour, 45 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes. So it's quite variable among like different trusts. But no, you can always ask the HR person that when the topic will be given, and who would be the audience, of course, your interview panel. And would it be the part of panel? Would it be the total panel? Or and what are the timings? Usually, again, it's 10 minutes and followed by 10-minute question answer series. And so the total time is 20 minutes. Some trusts do ask for a presentation to be no more than 5 minutes. So like next week, we are having some BMS digital lead interview, and we have asked a presentation for that also. So we have given topic before the weekend. So it all depends. But for a substantive consultant, you can always, where you are applying, if it's your own trust, if it's your, some other trust, you can always ask the HR for that. And audience, you can ask for that also, that would it be the part of panel, would it be the whole total panel? And can be invited audience, can be some trusts invite anyone. Usually it's not like that, unless and until it's a leadership post, or it's a more senior post. But it would be panel or part of panel. So few people from the panel would be listening to your presentation, or most of the time it would be the whole panel. Then delivery. Okay, so these days, of course, PowerPoint is the way to go, and you should be having very, you should be well versed with PowerPoint. And I would say that make some slides beforehand. So one of the topic slide, one of the thank you slide, one of the, slide with some quotation or something. Don't use pointless and useless quotations which are not pertinent to the topic, but you can always use some catchy phrase before thank you slide. So I'll go along and I'll quickly, touch that how to do that. And so 60% of the cases, they are given the projector and projector screen. That's what we do. If it is a physical interview at our trust, then sometimes they are given its laptop. Sometimes it's like, now these days, most of the time it's on Teams. So know how to share your presentation, know how to use, you have to be a tech savvy during, the interview, at least at that time. So topics, these were the common topics which I thought of. I went through different interview preparatory resources also. So I have taken few from those and I have tweaked those according to the histopath. But as for me, the topic was quite a generalized topic, and it was that what would be the future of, I think, TGH in next 5 years. So it could be a general topic. It could be a topic which is uh, related to histopathology only. And again, there can be something like this, that future of histopathologists. Do you think? Uh, I was thinking that, one of the topic could be very interesting. That do you think AI would take over histopathologists in future? So I'm not sure if it's going to be asked in interview, but these days it's a hot topic. Then what are the ingredients of a good presentation? So, maximum 1 slide per minute, and don't use your slides as notes, which I sometimes do. Don't follow that. And structure your talk. Use the rule of three. So people tend to remember things in, 3 words, 3 parts, 3 things. And magic ingredients for compelling presentation. So you should be kind of like, if you are giving a 10 minutes presentation, so one should be the title slide, one should be the summary slide, and one should be the introductory slide, and 2 slides for each theme. So 2 to 3, maximum cover 2 to 3 themes in your presentation. Don't go for like overboard and try to capture everything. Then, for example, technological advances of histopathology in next 5 years. So, brief history of advances in the past years, like the automation has come. It's still very subjective, histopathology. I'm just giving an example. And but now automation have come, and future use of current technology. So, what could be the future use of current technology? But now track and trace system is there. So you should be well versed with what's going on in histopathology, at least, because we are histopathologists, and our topic can be very much related to that. And what are the new technologies coming? Like digitalization is coming, more automation is coming. Like, I never thought when I was doing residency that there would be an automated microtome, but now these days those are there. And what does this mean to the particular trust where you're applying, whether it could be your own trust, or whether it could be, or like any other trust where you're applying. So know where the trust stands with the technologies. Know what are their, again, turnaround times, because and what are the quality of reports. So our outcome based advances should be there. So it's not that you are just bringing a technology to your histopathology lab, but what impact is it is having to the future and to the current trust situation. So remember 4 by 4 rule for bullet points. So maximum 4 words, maximum 4 bullet points per slide. That should be your go-to thing. And charts. So you can use, I would highly recommend that please use charts. And I would show one of the word cloud also, that how to make word cloud. But and then you should know how to do that. And or you can quickly search Google. Google is again go-to. So you can definitely put some chart from there and give a reference during your presentation that I took it from there. So if you don't have, because time is, precious, if it is especially less time given to you, which can cause you to hurry, so you won't be having time to make that. However, if you are getting the topic beforehand, or at least an hour before, you can always, please put charts and tables. So if you have just checked, I have used please 3 times. And so what are the common mistakes to avoid? So forgetting the business and management angle. Most of the time, what we think about NHS is that, yes, of course, it's a public service. Of course, it's a job. Of course, we are salaried people. But do not forget business and management angle. So you should have a bit of idea about finances of the trust, of course, and how to do budgeting, how to do, these days I was thinking I should do next a degree in finance, and very seriously thinking. First, I was thinking of IT, and now I'm thinking of finance also. So let's see. One life is very less for all these things. Lack of focus on practical matters. So you shouldn't just say that, oh, this histo lab, if you want to make it better, we need 10 more microscopes, 10 more consultants, and digitalization of all the stations and something like that. So whatever you are suggesting, whatever you are saying, it should have a practical perspective or pragmatic view. And don't use pointless cartoons. It was very much of my habit. If you had seen my presentations 10 years back, loaded with animations and cartoons. So pointless quotes, don't use please pointless quotes, but if you have got a favorite, if you've got, like I have got, I always give his example, Gerard Gardner, the dermatopathologist. So what's related to that? So what he said about AI or future of histopathology or those things. So there is a interview for him on net available, and there is one more NOD to Gerard Gardner. And so I'm just giving an example. You can use yours, and you can use any other, famous histopathologist, or otherwise NHS reads. So if they have said something which have been highlighted in the newspaper recently, so use those catchy, not maybe catchy, too catchy, but those kind of quotations. That will just show the audience, your audience, that you are well aware of current issues. You are well aware of what's the things going on around in the trust. So this is lovely that good presenters are made, not born. For us, also, there is a good in it. I would say a good presenter and a bad presenter in us. So nurture the good one. And my daughter says that you joke and then you laugh at your own jokes. So that is my, then she has to cut. She'll have to cut this also, what I'm saying now. Anyways, effective presentation skills. So transition, summary. So start from capturing attention. Always your start should be your first sentence, your initial contact with the panel should be really mind-blowing, I would say. And overcoming nervousness, building confidence. So preparation is the key. I would say that just pick random, like I have shown couple of topics. So just pick random 1 or 2 topics and start presenting. And that's all right. We are not perfect beings. So embrace imperfection. Celebrate small wins. Smile, please. And because the interviewers will be on their screen also, if it's on Teams, but still smile. They can hear your smile through your voice. And then once we are practicing, again, give the presentation on any random topic to a colleague, to a pet, of course, won't give you the feedback. So not to the pet, but you can all give the presentation to your family members and ask them that how you can improve that. Add a story and practice with dedication, not only for interview presentations, I would say otherwise also, and relax yourself, interact instead of stating, During these webinars, the thing which I'm missing really is the interaction. And I wish that we could have, face-to-face or in-person kind of thing. And so it's always like that you miss the interactive part. So during the Teams presentation also, it would be a bit tricky, but you can just always ask a rhetorical question, converse again. Treat it as an interview question, your presentation topic, and then you can just always converse. Go step by step. And so just like the start, the conclusion should also be impressive. And it's not like again that you they are expecting the change which you will state in the presentation. But it's like I always say that, people who are in the politics or in the, so if you just observe the person who not impressive maybe to you, but impressive to the masses, how do they, present, how do they converse, how do they get their point across. So always learn from them. This is wordart.com, and over here you can add up the words and it will give you the presentation. So yesterday when I was making this, I just put that storytelling skills, presentation, AI, NHS. So it made this word cloud. So this one you can quickly put in your presentation during the interview day. And this is 5-year forward view for NHS. I think it can't, of course, this is a presentation, so you can't click it, but always have that in your mind that what Royal College has published recently, what NHS has published, not only for presentation, not only for interview, but just your day to day, you should be. Why not? And don't please act like that this is just only your job, and go and do your job. Of course, do it to your level best, but try to give your input, even if it is not uh, your job to. But if you can give some idea to improve something, always try to do that, even if it is your not your position and not your clinical lead or something. So it's just like that. As a consultant, you should be able to contribute, and don't please stay quiet where you can give an idea. Of course, don't give bogus ideas, but where you can make some improvement, you think, try to do that. Confidence and control. This is a recipe to success in life in general. And even if they say that you are crumbling underneath, just uh, keep your control on your outlook. Try to keep that. And by mastering the 5 P's of presentation, planning, preparation, practice. So these first two would be depending how soon the trust gives you the topic. And the last three, practice, performance, and passion. I always say, once you have got a passion to something, people will gravitate towards you. People will get like impressed and get inspired. It's very contagious. Like smile is contagious, so your passion is also contagious. And I would just give you an example. Last week there was one clinical attachee, and she gave me a book actually when she left, and she thought that I'm very much into those things. Knows that usually for locum consultants, presentations are not asked for, but these questions can be asked for. So it's just a matter of delivery. But definitely next time I will go for the further interview questions. Then once I finish with the interview series, I'll go for the portfolio pathway, because getting too many questions separately, that please go through our CV, go through our summary charts, those things. Anyways, back to this, and before the presentation, clarify. So first slide should be something of that what you are going to present, and then the content of your presentation and slides should be used as signposts, and key messages should be there. So unless and until you know the situation of your trust, you know the situation of the trust where you are applying, or otherwise the NHS, what's the and what are the government policies recently, you can't really pinpoint those. So I would say that again, not for only for the interview, but I feel sometimes we just focus on one thing, and we are like, okay, we'll go and we'll do our job and we'll come back home. So I always say life is for once only. So why not? Just give it your best to your job, to your family, to your life in general. So that clinical attachee gave me the book. I'll start reading it later on. I have started reading another book, Black Swan. I have finished Psychology of Money. I have finished um, what was that? Road Less Traveled and Beyond. So the Black Swan is the new thing. So, but she was like, okay, again, life stories, and you have given us, I mean, such a positive vibe that I want to really go for histopathology. I hope she gets the training. Best wishes to her. So, how to, produce an audience inspiring first sentence and then summarize first and last. So, your presentation start and end should be very awe-inspiring, I would say. Know your setup. If it is a physical, like your face-to-face interview, then where you will be standing, where you will be your audience. If it's Teams, which is the usual thing these days, please know how to share. Please know how to and check your audio visuals beforehand, and always have a backup and shared slide or something. Think of that if you won't be able to share, there is some glitch, there is something, you have to switch to phone maybe during an interview, God forbid, but something can happen. So always keep those things. The Black Swan book says that unpredictables. So keep those things in your mind, and check the room again, dress appropriately for the interview, and always dress up. Even if you are presenting teams, you should be very presentable yourself, and have handouts with you.